Hi, this is Paul Michaels. Welcome back to Nerd Supernova. I am your host, Paul Michaels. My co-host.
Yeah, I'm Kieran McDermott.
All right. So we've been away for a while. We had some personal stuff going. We were going through, and so wow, I don't know. It's been close. It's been close to like what? It's been close to like a year.
Like a year.
Yeah, pretty much like a year. So that's been fun.
I love how you just labeled it as like personal.
Well, we went through. I had to get stuff done. You had to get stuff done, and like that was that. And anyway,
Sorry, everybody, we have lives.
anyway. So now.
Banging coke and hookers, don't lie.
That's our friend Chad playing Rick from Rick and Morty. So if you hear him occasionally, that's what that is. Anyway,
That's him playing Overwatch.
Actually, yeah.
Playing
Dude,
yourselves.
that guy looks like a pig monster.
He is a pig monster.
Okay.
Fucking roadhog.
Anyways, keep going.
all right. Anyway, so pretty much what we're here to do is we're just gonna go over a big recap of like the biggest things that we knew from the middle of 2016 till the end, which is pretty much Suicide Squad.
Movie-wise.
Yeah,
We're just
movie-wise.
going movie-wise.
Yeah, we're not going politics or any crazy things like that, but Suicide
I
Squad.
was thinking more like comic book-wise. I haven't
Yeah.
read much in the past couple months.
All right.
Anyways, continue.
Suicide Squad, DoctorStrange, and Rogue One.
Yes.
Okay, let's start off with Suicide Squad. I would say I've seen both the theatrical version and I've seen the extended cut, which
Yeah, I saw
really
both too, but
yeah, I think
it still doesn't redeem much.
no
Yeah,
extended cut was much more of a cash grab as opposed to the Ultimate Edition of BVS, which was a whole different film. I felt, but
I just felt like it was just here's a bunch of characters. Here's a shitty plot. There you go. Learn them.
Mm.
But like that was it. It didn't give much backstory to anybody. It was just like here's people you should already know about. Like so many people they like gave like a here's 10 seconds. Oh, here's this guy. Here's this guy. Here's this guy. Here's this
Yeah.
guy. Here's this chick. She's sexy. Here's this other guy. He's two people. Okay, cool. Here you go.
all right.
But it didn't actually like explain who they were.
In a way, in some well, Deadshot, Harley, and I mean
you can honestly say that, like, when you saw that, without you knowing any knowledge from comic books, you thought that like gave them a good in-depth character analysis.
I think it gave us at least an idea of where they're at. I wouldn't say so much about character, but at least where they are possibly mentally. I would say I would argue that it does that. That being said, I'm glad to actually talk about this movie in retrospect because again, the way the DC films have been going, they seem to be, doing one thing and then doing another, basically.
It was fun.
No, yeah, it's a fun movie.
But
I can't even fully judge David Ayer on this
you
movie
realize
fully.
that's what like everybody says about it.
What?
That's their defense is it was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, that's what everybody says.
I mean, look, you and
If you talk
I,
about it, like yeah, it was fun.
you
They
and
don't say it was like a great movie. They were like,
No.
yeah.
but you and I have seen really, really bad movies, like say the Fan Four Stick or the new Ninja Turtles, which
Okay.
don't even have the
Yes,
fun
yes,
aspect.
yes, okay.
So I mean, look,
it wasn't.
it wasn't the
Bad,
worst
bad.
thing ever.
I got you.
So, but at the same time, we both know it could have been a lot better. But I don't blame David Ayer as a director because I think he made a certain film, and then the studios got involved, and then we got an entirely different film to a certain degree, at least as far as like where things are in context. And here's how I feel. I feel that I know he's been tasked with doing Gotham City Sirens with doing the Harley Quinn movie, and I think that'll be a much better film because I think Warner Brothers is learning to just back off and just let them make the movies they want to make.
But do you think it'll be a good movie because it will be a good movie, or do you think it'll be a good movie just because it's like hot women doing stuff and they're sexy?
I mean, why can't it be both? That's my question. Why can't it be both?
I don't think you can get both. It's gonna be just like, oh, we're gonna like do these weird shots and we're sexy and like we're like bending over.
I don't know. Look,
and
I've read
Here's
the
an
comic.
action sequence. With
I've read
really shitty dialogue. Here's another action sequence. Oh, aren't we cool?
All right.
Like,
Well, I do know that David Ayer isn't writing it this time. Also, I found out that he wrote that he had to write.
Everybody always complains that like comic book people don't ever showcase a strong female protagonist, and there's opportunities to, but nobody ever does.
Not yet. But
nobody has.
no.
Like,
But okay. But hear me out though. Like I think it'll be a better film because David Ayer is not writing it. Granted, the Suicide Squad script that he had to write, he only had 6 weeks to write it, which is not enough time to develop an actual script. So he's not writing it for one. I think another guy is doing it right now. I don't know who's doing it off the top of my head. I've read the Gotham City Sirens book, and I've always considered, because the main characters are going to be Harley Quinn, um, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman,
Yeah.
and I see that as being great because I've always loved their aspects and their relationships, because they're basically a small sisterhood. You have Catwoman being the big sister, you have Ivy being the middle child, and you have Harley being the baby sister who always dates the
So
bad
Rogue
boy.
One was a great movie. Wasn't
Shut
it?
up. All right, but okay. Overall, Suicide Squad. I enjoyed it.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love it overall as far as I wanted to, but I've seen much worse, and I know that they can do better, and I think they're trying to work on doing better. But here's hoping.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Okay, let's talk Doctor Strange. I'll let you start because you're more the Marvel guy. How did you feel about Doctor Strange
I
as a film?
enjoyed it, but see, I wish you did this like right after it came out because now I'm already like influenced by like.
No, I know, but just say your thoughts, man. It's never bad to say your thoughts. It's
the
Iron
same
Man.
Marvel formula.
Yeah.
It's the Marvel formula. They just do the same thing over again. Like here's a new character, here's the backstory. Like it's hard because a lot of the characters are the same backstory. Like here's somebody who like needs to be put in their place. They're put in their place. Now they have powers. Oh, they need to learn like responsibility. Boom.
Boom.
Like
I will say.
I thought I was great. Oh,
Yeah.
not great. Oh, now I'm great again. Oh, I'm responsible. Like
Yeah. No,
that's
I
the
felt.
whole Marvel formula. Like as much as it breaks down to.
Well, here's the thing though too. Like there's two aspects, because I'm a movie guy first, and I'm a comic guy
I
second.
enjoyed the movie. I'm just
Yeah, I did too. And that's kind of the conundrum I had with it.
That amazing. Like it was cool to see crazy shit in 3D.
And cool like Inception
Yeah.
type effects. Yeah, and I kind of agree
It
the
was cool
same.
to see that, but the storyline wise, it was just. It's a Marvel movie. It's the same. Story.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over. No, and I agree, but like again, you and I both enjoyed the film very much, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
It was fun.
I said to people,
I love how
No.
like, I've said that no a bunch of times. It
Yeah.
was fun.
it was no, but like that's the thing though, is that I said this to many people. That people were saying like, well, I didn't love it overall, and I'm like, because it was Iron Man with magic, right? And they're like, yeah, it was Iron Man with magic. I was like, yeah, well, that's.
It was Sherlock with magic. That's
Yeah.
what I saw.
But that's the thing though too, is
I'm
that
Sherlock Holmes. I can wipe my hands now.
yeah, but see, there's two things. There's two things with that though too. As far as looking at comics, is that you have one side that's the origin. That like the origin stories are always the hardest to do in movies. They always have either have to be repetitive, and even in the new Spider-Man, they're just going to skip over the origin entirely.
I think that's smart. Because
Yeah, because we've seen
at
it.
this point, how many that's
Yeah,
every time we see Batman, we always see a new origin Batman.
but see, at least
Who doesn't know what
Yeah.
the fuck happens
No,
to
but-
Batman?
But give credit to BVS. Like Snyder knew that. What's the first thing we see? He gets the origin thing right out the
We
gate.
still saw one.
Oh yeah, but it took like 2 seconds and it was done. It's like, okay, that's all you need to know. Like
True.
sad kid,
Yeah.
parents dead. Now he's Batman, and now it's been 20 years. There you go.
Poor Martha.
Yeah, poor Martha. And that's the thing too. So you have the origins, and then it's like you were saying, like when these guys, like Stan Lee and these guys, wrote a lot of these origin stories, they basically kind of just hit rinse and repeat a lot of the time when they were making new characters, and even villains to some degree, especially Spider-Man
It was
villains.
easier back in the day.
It was easier back in the day, but they had to cut a paycheck, and
actually, it wasn't.
no,
It
but
was still really fucking hard.
But they had to make a paycheck, and they had to do a thing, and so it's like you want to be comic book accurate, but you don't want to be like repetitive. But at the same time, if the formula ain't broke, don't fix it. Make your money, cash the check, and there you go. That all being said, I still consider it a good film because they still made it entertaining and fun to watch, and I had a good time watching the movie. It's just, even if it was repetitive and felt very formulaic to some degree and very familiar. So that being said, I'll see whatever Doctor Strange does next.
I
And that's
enjoyed it for like an origin movie for him.
Yeah.
To bring him in, it was still great, and then it already seemed like he could immediately like just. I was gonna say like thrust himself into the other Marvel like stuff, but hey, it sounds about right. Like now that he's got powers, he can just like show up and just be like, "What's
Hey.
up, bitches?" Like, hey, I just learned how to do crazy stuff. I'm here now.
The thing though too is they never really specify like how long he's even up there. We don't know like where in the Marvel timeline he left and went up there, and then how long is he up there? Like
you saw
how
the after scene with like Thor, which I'm guessing is a scene from
Ragnarok, yeah.
where he's there and like Thor's like drinking the beer and like he like fills up the beer and all these things and he's like, oh, so Odin's missing? He's like, I think something with like my brother Loki, and he's like, oh, so if I find him, you'll all go back to Asgard? He's like, yes, and he's like, allow me to help you. He
No, it's
stands
fine.
up and
That's
okay,
fine.
so
He's Doctor Strange, and that's good. But
Doctor Strange and Thor would be a cool team up.
for sure. And then you got the Hulk stuff later too. But anyway,
Well,
but overall, you enjoyed the film, Doctor Strange, and I enjoyed the film, right? It's more or less how.
it was good.
Yeah,
It was
good, maybe good,
I
not
just
great.
kept seeing Sherlock and
Iron Man.
Hannibal Lecter, the bad guy who was
Yeah.
also like the bad guy from
Some fans
one of the
had-
Bond movies.
Some fans have said this, and I kind of agreed. I would have liked to have seen Mads try doing Doctor Doom, rather than this throwaway villain that no one cares about, basically.
I would hate them to waste Doctor Doom on Doctor Strange. That would be a terrible movie.
No, but, never mind. All right,
Oh,
let's just.
what were you saying?
I was saying him playing Doctor Doom. For
him playing Doctor Doom. Oh, okay.
yeah, the actor
I
Mads, Mads
Gotcha.
Mikkelsen. Okay, let's move on to Rogue One. I'll have you start because you're very
Why do you keep picking me start? Okay.
well.
Rogue One was I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good movie. I saw it twice in theaters, and it was.
was it fun?
Shut up.
Dare you say fun?
No, it was a different Star Wars movie, but it was a great Star Wars movie because it took place in the Star Wars universe, but it wasn't like the whole Skywalker lineage. It had nothing really to do with them.
Yeah.
They were around, whatever. People are always around. It's a universe. There's people everywhere. But I loved it that it filled in gaps in between movies that were already storylines. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it did it in a way that didn't feel like a cash grab, and it was kind of fun. And
No,
I enjoyed
the
it.
other thing I liked is that even though we knew what happened, we didn't know what was happening when we were watching it. Does that make sense?
yeah, well, we didn't know if they were all going to make it out alive or not.
While you're watching it and characters are dying, you're like, oh my god, they're dying. And you're like, wait a second, I don't know if any of these people in the next movie. Of course they're dying. They talk about how a bunch of people died for different stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, this makes sense. But while you're watching it, you don't realize it.
My thing with the movie, and again, I did like the film, but I mean, it does have shortcomings because I don't think it gets really interesting till about halfway through.
It is very slow to build.
Yeah. The main characters, with the exception of Jin, I only just kind of remember the other guy is named Cassian because the robot says it a bunch of times. But my favorite character, the guy who's not Han Solo, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that guy. Okay, cool.
And my favorite characters, which were the blind force wielder,
Dude, the blind dude was awesome.
yeah, and his machine gun buddy. I love those characters, and I couldn't tell you the names to save my life. And I love Star Wars.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows good,
Exactly.
No, dude, those guys are awesome, but
but of
yeah,
course everyone's
I could not name their characters.
Yeah, but they know they were smart with the movie because they knew.
You know the quotes, you know what they did, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were smart with the movie though. They knew exactly what fan service to do, exactly when to do it. I had expectations. What did I want to see in the movie when I went in, and that's exactly what I got, which was Darth Vader, and that thing at the end
that
there
Darth Vader scene at the end
was amazing.
Oh,
So good.
that was.
People, I can tell
talk
you.
about that still.
I can tell people's.
He's just walking down the hallway, just murdering people.
It was
It's like,
fantastic.
oh my god, yes!
That-
That's the Darth Vader that everybody has always dreamt of and imagined in their nightmares.
yeah.
Yeah, if I was Darth Vader, this is what I would do. Just yeah, fuck you. Here you go, you're dead. Okay, bye.
It was pretty much that scene alone.
fuck off.
Yeah, that scene alone got them.
Casually walking through a hallway, just murdering people with a lightsaber. Yep, okay.
That scene alone got them more than one viewing. From people who just love Star Wars. Oh, I'll watch the movie just again for that last scene. Screw everything else. But that being said, they do a nice send off. I care about the character towards the end when she's fighting everybody, and then they hug, and then explosions and everything else. So they made me care enough. I liked the side characters, even if I can't remember their names to save my life. The robot. Okay, the robot.
Seriously, that death was.
It was good, but here's
it
the
was
thing.
so good because it is an inanimate object.
Okay, well,
it's a robot.
Do you know?
And you cared for a robot who was
But
still
you-
doing his
but that
job,
shouldn't be-
while
okay.
he's fighting off a bunch
No,
of
but-
people, and then like he knows like he's like, well, I'm not making that in here.
Here's-
I'm gonna like blow up on the console. Like here you go. Best of luck, guys.
Can I be honest?
Like,
Can I be?
that? Like you felt for a robot who you know is just a CGI character. Like that was.
Can I be honest though? Can I be honest? And this isn't nitpicking because I did like the robot character, but and I like Alan Tudyk's performance. But the thing is that like it's kind of like you know how like you can see like the forced humor in some Marvel films like DoctorStrange. They have him going like Beyonce and stuff like that,
You're
making.
thinking it's just like trying to pull at heartstrings.
Well,
Like,
no.
it's a purpose.
Oh no, it's definitely on purpose. But I mean, caring for a robot is not that far of a fetch in a Star Wars movie. Like you should care for the robot.
Trust me, if C-3PO died,
I would
wouldn't care.
I would care if
Honestly.
C-3PO died. I don't know.
wouldn't.
Well, either way. But that being said, I still like the robot a lot, but I felt too that he was kind of like pandering in a way. He was there to bring humor to like a very kind of dull, sad type of situation that they're going through. That they're doing it. So but if we have the robot making jokes,
Even if he was like the comic relief,
Yeah.
they did it better than Jar Jar.
okay, I will give you that. I will definitely give you that. I still like the robot though. I kind of did. I cared. I think more for the gunner and the blind priest than I did for the robot. But I still felt bad when he died. Overall, I liked the story. I liked what they did. I think they did a lot of great fan service. The ending battle was amazing. So I mean, there's not much
was
to
really
like.
good.
Yeah, there's not much to really bitch
Then again,
about as far
I
as the
don't know
film
if I
goes.
think it was like really good or it just reminded me of like Battlefront.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, yeah, this is a great Battlefront stage. Like this would be awesome. I
But
wasn't
yeah.
even playing the game at the time, but I was just like looking at it and being like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
awesome.
no, I get that too. You can tell that there was, kind of like a mix-up. They like obviously, I think Forrest Whitaker was supposed to play a bigger part, and they didn't know what to do with his character, so they
Yeah,
kind of threw him under the bus.
Trailers, he looked totally different.
Yep, that
And
was
in the
reshoots.
movie, yeah, like so I'm wondering what were the other scenes that they
Uh-huh.
what did they redo?
But overall, I thought it was a good movie. I think I might have enjoyed it more than Force Awakens in some ways. Where I enjoyed Force Awakens more in others. So I mean, I think Disney's still doing a pretty decent job with Star Wars. I'm interested to see what Last Jedi is going to be like. So I mean, Disney has not made me dislike
Han Solo prequel.
as well. So Disney has not made me like Star Wars any less. So I guess good job, and we'll see what they do next. And I'll obviously get probably Rogue One when it comes out on
Go to,
DVD.
like the park when they open it in Disney.
I'll never leave, pretty much. Sir, you have to go. No, this is my home now.
Oh, I just keep playing with the same song as long as I keep playing the same song.
Yeah. All right, so that's my main recap. We're sorry we left you guys. If any of you were really listening or wanted to see the next podcast, we'll try to be more consistent in the future. No promises, but just saying what we're gonna try. So that's our recap. We're gonna post a new video soon as well. We're gonna post a new videos soon as well. Just in general, going over newer stuff. So we'll see you soon here at Nerd Supernova, and we hope you enjoy the podcast. Bye.